In our last video, Obsidian Flames supremely disappointed us. Our deck still ended up getting a little better, but wasn't wowed by the set or the cards that I pulled whatsoever. Today, we're gearing up for some more disappointment. We've got our 151 Elite Trainer box that we're going to add to our deck. The thing with 151 is that everyone knows it's like the set of Scarlet and Violet. It's collectible, it's nostalgic, everyone loves all the art rares, and there's so many callbacks to like early base set artworks. But are any of these cards friggin' playable? Like, we've got Mew, name another playable card. I'll wait. Yeah, okay. Anyway, before we jump into today's video, I am giving away a mystery bag when I reach my first 100 subscribers. The mystery bag has a mystery graded slab, a mystery booster pack, a mystery full art card, and a mystery holo rare. I don't know if there are seeded chases. I paid $40 for this from a good friend, Jay, at Wicked Treasures in Japatchit, Rhode Island. Don't have much info, but again, I paid 40 bucks. You get it for free if you're one of my first 100 subscribers. When I reach that mark, I will have a community post and a video where I'll be announcing the giveaway. If you haven't watched the first 3 videos in the series, I'm going to link the series playlist down below. Get caught up before you go forward, and hopefully this 151 Elite Trainer box can push the deck forward. Let's get decked. Despite my skepticism, I'm psyched to open up these packs. I haven't opened nearly enough 151, so I'd love to see something cool, but I'd also love to see something that can improve my deck. First, we have our awesome Snorlax promo card. Is it going to end up in the deck? Probably not, but who knows? But anyway, welcome back if you're here before, if you've watched the series. This is Get Decked, the series where I open an Elite Trainer box of a Scarlet and Violet era set, build the deck, and playtest it, and give it a rating at the end based on power, consistency, and synergy. There's your first code card. We've got an Ekans. We've got a Side Up. We've got a Cubone. We've got a Vulpix. We've got a Persian. A Muck. Daisy's help. I'm gonna need some help, Daisy. Fearow, Magmar, and Hootops. So if you're new to the series, thanks for joining me. You should definitely go back and watch the rest of the playlist. Scarlet and Violet got us started out right. It's kind of been a downhill spiral ever since. But anyway, pack number 2. We got Tentacool, Rat, Turtle, Lickitung, Primate, Fearow, Onix, Oddish Reverse, Tauros Reverse, and Nidoking. I'm deeply worried, because if I don't get the Mew EX, I don't think anything goes in this deck, to be honest. Magnemite, Caterpie, Eevee, Grimer, Venomoth, Rapidash, Nidorina. We got another Snorlax, so that's a pair. See, this is why I love 151. This card is absolutely friggin' useless, but it's just gorgeous. Love Dragonair. Love this card. One of my favorite art rares in this set. We got a Vileplume. What a beauty. Anyway. Another screwy thing about the Scarlet and Violet sets. You would typically get one more booster pack in a specialty set like 151, but 151 has the same amount of booster packs as any other Scarlet Violet set. So I don't even get that extra 10th pack for an extra chance. But we've got Weepinbell, Poliwrath, and Blastoise EX. I know I've seen a couple Squirtle. I don't know if I've seen Wartortle. But maybe Blastoise provides a little more power where Quaquaval doesn't. Ooh, and a hollow energy. Oh, look at the swirls. How many swirls? Swirls, swirls. Okay. I'm done acting like a toddler. I like the energies, honestly, but after the first like 3, I stopped getting excited. But now I'm kind of hoping for War Turtles, maybe a second Blastoise. This deck could take off. We got Weedle, we got Zubat, we got Goldeen, Nidoran, Bigger Rat, Erica's Invitation, Magneton Reverse. Just kidding, that's not even a reverse. I'm losing it. Farfetch'd, Weedle, and Machamp. We've got 4 left, so that was the halfway point. And we've got 2 pulls. Kind of underwhelming so far. We got Pikachu, Poliwag, Farfetch'd, Shelder, Flume, Clefable, Dugtrio, Arcanine Reverse, Helix Fossil, and Aerodactyl. So, looping back to the intro, name 1 card that I pulled that is like a must-have in any deck. Never mind just the deck that I have, like name 1 that I pulled that's any good. Paris, Ghastly, Voltorb, Krabby, I'm freaking crabby today, Nidoqueen, Victory Bell, Big Air Balloon, that one could actually end up in the deck, Bulbasaur, Vape, and Moltres. And another energy! Wow! Alright. 2 more to go. Still underwhelmed. Got another Helix Fossil, Slowpoke, Magmar, Horsey, Tentacruel, Hitmonlee. There's our War Turtle. Alright, that's good. Abra, Energy Sticker, and a Dragonite. No. Just no. Except for the War Turtle. Alright. Can we get any last pack magic? In the first 3 videos of the series, I got either a special illustration rare or a gold card in all of my Elite Trainer boxes. If I don't get one in this pack, the 151 honestly is kind of the dud of the series so far. Alright, got Sandshrew, got Seal, Doduo, Tentacool, Primeape, Fearow, Onix, Exeggutor, Ekans, and Jolteon. Dang. Alright, we're going to take a look at what we got, and we're going to cut to a new deck profile where I'm going to show and explain the cards that I'll be removing from my deck, and I will show and explain the new cards that'll be going in. Cards coming out of the deck. I'm taking out 1 Togepi for my Togekiss line. I had 2 Togepis, no Togetic, and 1 Togekiss. I'm taking out 1 Togepi. I'm taking out my Frigibax, Arctibax, Baxcalibur line, and the only reason I'm taking those out is because I'm taking out Quaxly, Quaxwell, and Quackaball. Subbing in, I'm putting in Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise EX. Baxcalibur is out because Blastoise does not need energy acceleration. I need to discard energy in hand. So what I need is draw power, not acceleration. I'm switching in a second Slowpoke and a second Slowbro so I can move those damage counters around on my bench with 2 Slowbro if necessary. I feel like that's an important part of keeping that Blastoise tanky and also keeping Dedenne open for big hits, as well as healing Pokemon, accelerating energy through Gardevoir. I'm putting in a Big Air Balloon, which I think is going to help pivot that Blastoise if necessary, and I'm swapping in 1 more basic water energy, because if I need to discard 2 from my hand, I need to find a couple more energies. So we're gonna get into the playtest, and then we're gonna give this deck a new grade. Then we'll see if it's any better than it was before. I don't know. All right, hopping into the playtesting here. Game 1 took a couple turns, but I eventually get Blastoise out into the active, really without having any other setup necessary. And I'm able to use its attack to discard just one energy at a time to knock out my son's Comfey and Cramorant. So it's got a nice attack where I can discard just one energy instead of having to dump two to knock out basic Pokemon for a single prize. However, moving ahead a couple turns, my son eventually gets Giratina V-Star out into the active and hits me with Roxanne in the same turn, which takes my Blastoise down to 10 hit points and also takes my hand down to just 3 cards. From here, I'm able to land a hit on Giratina, but not take the knockout, and then after he finishes off my Blastoise, I really don't have a plan B to stay in the prize trade. With Sableye coming down, my son doesn't recognize that he could drop damage counters on Blastoise, Cleffa, and Rellor to take 4 prizes in one turn, but he does eventually switch into Cramorant to save his Giratina and then take out my Blastoise anyway. And from there, a couple more turns pass before I just scoop, knowing that I'm beat. Cutting a few turns into game 2, I've had Mimikyu out for really the entire game, and I've been able to just use Ghost Eye on my son's Dunsparces and other weak basic Pokemon, and after a few more turns that pass, I am able to take out Roaring Moon as well. In this matchup, I didn't really need to pivot my plan around Mimikyu because my son was just not able to get set up in time to knock it out with a non-EX or V Pokemon. So it was an easy game 2 that didn't really involve any synergy, consistency, or strategy whatsoever. So here, I land an attack with the Dene on Walking Wake EX, but it's not even enough for the knockout, and my son's able to just answer with another Catharsis Roar to knock out the Dene, and from there, my last couple prizes are just Slowpoke and Mimikyu that I'm not able to really come back in the game at all with. So overall, the first game was close, the second game I managed to win, the third game I lost, and it was not close. Alright, the playtest was rough. I got one game where Blastoise EX was able to come into the active and start taking knockouts. It was a game that I lost, but I think it proved its capability. Beyond that, the changes to the deck were so insignificant, there was no real noticeable difference in the way the deck played. With that in mind, our consistency last video rounded out at 6. It stays at 6. There was no addition or subtraction that justified adding a point where the deck really played exactly the same. Same with synergy. There were no new abilities added, no new trainers added that made this deck flow more impressively than it did before. So the only thing that really couldn't go up is power. Blastoise EX could hit 280 for just the discard of 2 water energy from hand, whereas Quaquaval EX could only hit up to 230. So I think with just that in mind, our power's definitely gone up enough to go from a 4 to a 5 in this video. With consistency staying at 6, synergy staying at 5, and power now going up to 5, we've eclipsed the halfway point and we have 16 out of a possible 30 points with our deck, and we're 4 sets into the Scarlet and Violet era. That in mind, Scarlet and Violet was a good start, but we have gotten progressively worse as we've opened new sets and added new cards to our deck. But I think that's about to change. Up next is Paradox Rift, one of my favorite sets in the Scarlet and Violet era, and that's followed by Paldean Fates, it's followed by Temporal Forces, and then finally Twilight Masquerade. So I think the next 4 sets have the ability to add key pieces of consistency and also new EX Pokemon and Pokemon with abilities that can send my consistency and power through the roof. So if you've made it this far, let me know what you would have done differently, if anything. And is 151 the best set in Scarlet and Violet when you can't play it? Or is it just a collector's set? Thanks for watching. We got decked. See you in the next video.